You ever notice how trouble in the suburbs never shows up dressed like trouble? Nope. It just strolls right up your driveway in cheap sunglasses holding a clipboard, convinced it runs the world. That's exactly how my Tuesday started. Sun's out, coffee's good. My brother-in-law Eric parks his government SUV right in front of my house, and I swear he's barely out of the car when these two wannabe cops come marching up all puffed up like they're about to break a case wide open. This is a violation of HOA ordinance. The bald one barks, never mind the ordinance number changes every time they say it. And I'm pretty sure Daryl, the skinny one with the fake badge, just made it up on the spot. I want to laugh, but Eric just leans against the hood watching me handle it like he's at dinner theater. Yeah, that happened. So these guys slap a phony ticket on his windshield straight out of Microsoft Word. Honest to God, it says vehicle violation, and it's got typos like they're running a contest. Daryl threatens to call real authorities, but Eric's just standing there calm as a monk, then suddenly flips out his badge, FBI counterintelligence, all shiny and official. You should have seen those guys' faces. I mean, you could smell the panic they mumble about, just following protocol and bolt, leaving us standing there with the neighborhood blinds twitching. Now, you'd think that would be the end of it, but if you've ever lived in a place with a Karen for an HOA president, you know nothing ends that easy. Next morning, Cheryl Franklin herself, clipboard, queen power suit. The whole act shows up with a stack of paperwork thicker than my mortgage, claiming Eric's behavior was criminal. She's waving around a printout of a police report filled out in purple gel pen, and I almost choke trying not to laugh. She says there's an internal investigation, which around here means she sent a mass email to the board and posted the worst screenshot she could find in the group chat. I scroll through, and there it is, a grainy video of Eric sipping water captioned, "Hostile Intruder." Someone else jumps in with a meme, Eric as James Bond and Bob and Daryl, photoshopped as mall cops with walkie-talkies from a toy store. Welcome to suburbia. Cheryl, of course, won't drop it. She starts a petition to ban government vehicles, but only 3 people sign, and I think 2 of them were just confused. She schedules an emergency tribunal in the clubhouse, slips an actual Comic Sans summons under my door, and for a second I consider framing it. Eric grins, tells me, "You gotta see this circus." So we show up Saturday morning, and let me tell you, it's a scene, folding tables, little flags, muffins on paper plates, and Cheryl up front banging a plastic gavel she probably ordered off Amazon. She reads off the charges: impersonating an officer, intimidating peacekeepers, parking after dusk, and even pulls out a restraining order supposedly signed by a judge from a courthouse that closed down before I was born. Eric just waits, then calmly says, "That's not even a real court. I called this morning. They've never heard of you." You can feel the tension shift, the room getting quiet as he hands over a USB with audio and video proof, illegal surveillance document fabrication, the works. Now here's where things flip suddenly. 2 real federal agents step in, badges flashing, and Cheryl's face goes blank as they announce she's under investigation. She tries to make a break for it, trips over her own Justice Division podium, and ends up tangled in a mess of tiny American flags while everyone films on their phones. And just as she's let out, Molly, Cheryl's own assistant, who's kept her head down for months, stands up and announces she's got more emails, secret recordings, all showing that Cheryl was working with a developer named Radner to fine and push people out so he could buy up their homes. Didn't see that coming, did you? Turns out Radner had his hands in half the HOA boards and the county funding presidents, cooking up rules, pushing folks out for profit. Molly, sick of the scams, gives everything to Eric and the agents. They set a trap. Molly lures Radner to a meeting, and the guy confesses on tape, thinking he's buying her silence. Next thing you know, the FBI is everywhere. Radner's in cuffs. The news vans are parked on the street, and our HOA mess is turned into the story of the week. After that, the whole neighborhood shifts. Cheryl's out. Radnor's facing real charges, and we have to decide whether to scrap the HOA for good or try to fix it. Eric stands up at the meeting, tells us, "You can't fight fear with more fear. Don't burn it down, take it back. For once, everybody listens." We overhaul the rules. Every fine now has to be voted on. No more secret meetings, no more fake bylaws, and the first thing we do is throw a block party with lawn flamingos and grilled cheese just because we can. Now, every time I see a neighbor putting out the trash or letting their kids chalk the sidewalk, I smile. There's a mural of Eric in the clubhouse sunglasses badge, the works, and someone even wrote "the Fed who fought the fines" underneath. Cheryl, meanwhile, is banned from all HOA boards, and last I heard she's mowing lawns at a minimum security facility. Poetic, if you ask me. Radnor's empire is toast, Molly's a hero, and our neighborhood finally feels like a place where people actually live, not just get policed. You know what gets me? It took a fake violation, a real badge, and a bunch of nosy neighbors to remind us what a community's supposed to be. We almost let fear and a little authority ruin everything, but in the end we got our street back, our Saturday mornings and a club sandwich of local legends and inside jokes. Still, I gotta ask, what would you have done? Would you fight, or would you let the clipboard army win? Drop your thoughts. Below was Eric, right? Was Cheryl ever justified, or is every HOA just one power trip away from total chaos? Hit that, share your own story, and let's hear it. How do you deal with neighborhood drama when the rules get weaponized?